into this matchup, each team has a reasonable chance, right, of finishing with the top 4 record. But with a loss, those hopes take a huge hit, as you can see right here. So it's time now for Game Flow. It's brought to you by DraftKings Sports. Here's who we're rolling with. The over on Brianna Stewart, the over on Kelsey Mitchell. I mean, she's been a sharpshooter all year. And the over on threes for Caitlin Clark, hit, as you can see right here.
It's going to be Indiana basketball after
scoring and efficiency,
an unorthodox
just getting it done offensively. Pauline
Estee, the quickness from New York Liberty, gets the assignment on Caitlin Clark. Rebecca Allen with her size on Kelsey Mitchell.
Clark sheds her, fires, and hits. 7 of their last 8 games. A silky start for Caitlin Clark. Indiana on the board first. Tonight's power player brought to you by Kraft Power Mat.
In her 10th season, Brianna Stewart can still simply bring
bouncing underneath, knocked away by Timpson. Stewart able to corral and put it in.
A remarkable
tough
clip.
bucket from Brianna Stewart.
And you see the cut that preceded the shot by Brianna Stewart.
Clark, the runner, won't go. Timpson got a hand on it, nothing more. Stewart flags it down.
For New York, who gets dribble penetration. You will see off-ball movement, particularly from Brianna Stewart, that helps her to get looks.
11 games. Stewart feeling healthy this year. We've seen it in her play as Jones, such a smooth stroke from 3.
Your 6'4" player initiates. You have the inverted pick and roll, and then you make the cross-court pass to your 6'6" big shooting the 3. That was the New York Liberty's offense. The first possession here. The drive, and then Brianna Stewart cutting through the paint to get the finish.
That was one of the things Caitlin Clark taught.
I mean, end to end, she can just get the board and then push herself the other way.
Stephanie White was talking to us about Aaliyah Boston and just how incredible it is, the variety of roles she's had to play for this team.
And you see the cut that preceded the shot by Brianna Stewart.
Timpson comes up with a rebound. Last year, Boston was the facilitating big. This year, she's the spacing big. She's done them both like an all-star.
You will see off-ball movement.
Looking to flag it down. It does. Boston going back to work on Jones. Finds Hull in the corner. Connecting on a 3.
To your 6'6" big shooting the 3. That was the New York Liberty's offense.
Good action early here between Indiana and New York. We've played some incredible games against each other over the last couple of seasons. That's going to be a travel on Ionescu as the Liberty turn it over.
Aaliyah Boston drew 1, 2, 3, 4 defenders. Watch here. She gets a touch in the paint. She has 4 players come to guard her. 5 are staring at her. And then she makes the pass out. Beautifully done out to Hull in the left corner.
Clark tried to get it to Hull. Wasn't looking, goes off her. Hull finding Clark on the curl. Gets to the cut, but could not finish it off the turnover.
But already you're seeing the kind of pace that both of these teams
Stewart secures the rebound. Boston Ionescu leaking ahead, will lay it in.
I mean, end to end, she can just get the ball.
I didn't count those ones. Meanwhile, Mitchell on the other end. Clark finding her in transition. The variety of roles she's had to play for this. Is that what you want me to do tonight? Count
just count stuff. I know, I want you to count everything. Defenders, steps, fouls, jump balls, like here we go.
She's the spacing big. She's done them both like an all-star. You can see the pace right now as everybody huffing and puffing right here.
All right, Brian, I want you to count first. A great outlet. Terrific job by Sabrina to get out.
1, 2, 3. Looking to flag it down. Okay. It does. I don't know if they call the first a gather step. That last possession. Here's Clark looking to shed. Will fire. That's going to be a travel. Can't hit. Jones loses it. Timpson tips it out. Mitchell's turn. She got it.
4 defenders. Watch here. She gets a touch.
And Chris DeMarco will take a timeout. What a pace in the early going. Indiana by 6.
And then she makes the pass out. Beautifully done out to Hull.
I take personally any suggestions that I don't 100% always have my players back.
Player, as a mother, as a human being, my heart breaks for the players and coaches in this league right now, and the online hate they have to deal with every day. At some point, enough is enough.
Well said, partner. I think we are all looking forward to being able to focus more on what is objectively an incredible product on the floor right now in this league's 30th year. Shot clock down to 4. Clark may have to launch, trying to break it down. The pull-up rims off. Hold the offensive rebound and the putback.
I will always
Lexi Hall timely with her offensive rebounds.
And I will always be.
Had quite a few in the win against Chicago on Saturday.
I'm also
Jones can't hit the three. Clark the board. Indiana the 6-point lead. Get ahead to Timpson. Into the corner. Boston off the mark.
A
Hall got a
strong
hand on
pregame
it.
statement from
SDA
Stephanie
controls
White in response
for
to
New
the
York.
online vitriol and harassment that she and the
New York
Fever
still
have
without
faced
Leone
after
Fever
their
and
game in
Satu
Chicago
Sabu.
Saturday,
They
where a
are
hard foul
both
on Sophie
expecting back this
Cunningham led
season.
to the ejection of Dejanay
Ionescu
Carrington.
buries the three.
Stephanie has told us that they have been in a storm for much of this season, and she really wishes that they could just talk about the
Clark
great basketball her team
driving,
is playing right now.
taking,
She made that
and
known.
splashing.
Very emotional and strong
The
statement in her
mid-range
pregame statement.
has been dialed in for Caitlin Clark this season. As Aztec couldn't quite pop it in.
As a human being,
Here is Mitchell.
my heart breaks for the players and coaches.
Mitchell
in this
looking to
league
break
right
down
now.
Ionescu,
The online
and
hate they
does
have
with a
to
little
deal with
waltz to the cup.
every day. At some point, enough is enough.
Already 7 for Kelsey Mitchell, who has scored at least 20
we are all
in 16
straight.
straight. Second longest streak in this league's history. The longest single-season streak in this league's history
right now.
As Clark gets the rebound, throws it off Astier, get into Timpson, wasn't there. Here's Ionescu off the steal
For New York.
Botukes will lay it in. New York still
Oh,
without
what a track
Leone
meet
Fever.
this already is. It is going to continue to be. Both teams want to push the pace. You see Liberty have gone into their bench a little bit. They need to just to continue to play at this rate.
Clark circling. Clark tries to score. Is good. 9 already for Kelsey Mitchell.
Way too long of a bedtime process.
Here's Johannes, who had a career high 27 on Sunday on ABC. Stewart connects on a three.
The Liberty were working on that in their shoot around today. If they get the screen up top and then get the ball to the weak side to the open shooter.
Mitchell again. Kelsey Mitchell feeling it early. 12 points
just to continue to play
in the
at this
first
rate.
7.5 minutes. Circling. Stewart barging ahead with the tough lefty finish through the contact.
Grabs her head in disappointment.
Here's Mitchell.
Here comes Ionescu.
On a burner. Zigging, zagging, dishing. Billings,
Timpson
yeah.
the rebound.
Timpson bringing it up the floor. Will shovel it back to Boston. A 7-point Indiana lead. Clark gets fouled by Fotuk. Stays here. Buries the jumper. Chris DeMarco was talking about.
You have to be so careful taking care of the basketball against a team.
Clark bounces. Billings can't quite finish it.
This is saying something when you have Australians, because they're always funny.
Gardner leaking out. Indiana was out of breath there. And Clark didn't get back on defense. 9
This
already
pace,
for Kelsey
this
Mitchell.
pace.
Incredible. And that's going to be a foul against
Sunday on
a 7-point Indiana lead. Hahn buries the jumper. Chris DeMarco was taking a look at the upcoming WNBA national TV schedule. USA Network tomorrow. Toronto at Dallas, the Golden State of Chicago. The season didn't have her number and wasn't sure if he got the right message system or what he had to use, and just texted her, "Hey, it's Coach," with a bunch of details about how well she was doing. As Billings lays it in, and she never responded. And he went to her the next day and said, "Is this your number?" She said, "Yeah." Harris on the drive. I texted you. She said, I didn't know it was Coach, like you, Coach. I didn't know.
All 10
And so later that day, she finally
welcoming
texts him back
the
as
opportunity
Hahn
to
takes
rest
that
during a
three,
couple of free
and she
throws.
says, "Hi, it's player." Gardner, a wide open look from three, unable to hit. Hahn the rebound, and it's 6-11, an easy putback.
Hahn, certainly a player you need to put a body on.
Clark connects on a deep three. Through the lane, knocked away by Clark. Here's Cunningham running the break. Back to Clark. She's going to drive it this time. Boston will fire. You bet.
I mean, there's several teams you look at and say that about in the playoff stand.
Right now, New York is playing
Indiana
their best
just so
basketball this season, and they do
offensively
because their ability to score in bunches, multiple players who can drain those threes. Their depth, their defense, their scoring, everything when she returns.
Great defense there from Harris. Indiana, their largest lead of the night. It is up to 10. That's going to be Indiana basketball. Jones being hugged by Timpson.
Active hands
And the
defensively.
foul is
Anytime
called
a player
on
is
Michaela
attacking
Timpson.
Inside. Guards are so good
Caitlin
at
Clark
that.
coming
Bigs
down,
tend to
knows
wanna
she's
wait
going to
for you
draw
put the
defenders
shot
when
up
she
to
gets
block it.
feet in the
Guards have
paint.
got good
Beautifully
active hands
assisted
trying to
out
strip
to
the ball away
Aaliyah
first.
Boston. And then previously, Hanshu right there trying to dissuade Caitlin Clark from doing anything.
Clark turned
Caitlin
it
is
over.
not dissuaded,
Hahn able
just
to take
steps
it
right
away.
into the three.
Here's Johanna last year. The distance of her shots remains unparalleled.
I think that one may have been her first one, however, over a player almost 7 feet. So let's add that to the mix.
Here's Clark. Looking to evade Ionescu, taken away by Hanshu. 4th turnover already for Clark. Stewart unable to hit the three. Timpson the rebound.
Offensively, because their ability to score in bunches, multiple players who can drain those threes.
35-27, Indiana in front. Clark looking for help. Picked up her dribble, finds their largest lead of the night. It is up to Timpson now, rumbling in, gets the whistle on Hahn.
First, they just weren't there with Monique Billings and Aaliyah Boston on the floor together. Monique has really accepted her new role and been terrific off the bench, but Michaela Timpson, wow, the growth has been impressive.
That one may have been her first
Spent a lot of time with their player development coaches.
Almost 7 feet. So let's add that to the
developed her
mix.
game beautifully. Looking to evade Ionescu, taken away.
Because Stewie just has her by a
Timpson
few
handled
inches.
that really well because she started attacking, I think, and then realized that there
Clark,
was 6'11"
high dribble.
between her and the basket, but was
Grabs
able
out
to finagle
Stewart,
her body in a way
fires.
to
You
draw the
bet.
foul.
Oh, go bomb from Caitlin
Michaela
Clark.
Timpson into the starting lineup now for the Indiana Fever for the 2nd straight game. And we talked to Steph White about it.
Clark,
She
3
said
of 4 from
she is
downtown.
such a bright
Johanna's
spot.
okay.
Her growth has been phenomenal. She
That's
is
a
a
show
star in
people
her
will
role.
pay to
Her
see.
defensive versatility,
Clark,
her cross-matching that
racing
we're able
up,
to do.
giving it
She
up.
understands cutting, screening, moving off the ball. She said, you know, they made the change because when they looked at the
Boston
analytics and the
rumbling
numbers,
in,
they just
separating,
weren't
couldn't
there with
finish,
Monique
gets
and
it
Aaliyah
back,
Boston on the floor
kicks it
together.
out,
Monique
coming
has really
in,
accepted her new role
connects.
and been terrific off the bench, but Michaela Timpson, wow, the growth has been impressive.
Timeout, New York. The Indiana lead is 12. Development coaches has developed her
Bombs
game
away
beautifully.
from 3 today, starting with Caitlin Clark. Retreat dribble over Brianna Stewart, and then the extra pass from Boston. And nobody moves like Maureen Johannes in the W, and you just saw it there. Just kind of the shiftiness with which she plays, how she can get by her primary defender, looking always sort of for the fancy next thing.
First free throws of the game for New York. Indiana has shot just 4. It's been back and forth. Time for tonight's DraftKings player pulse.
Indiana, Atlanta, Portland, Phoenix on ESPN and Disney Plus.
See the numbers for Stewart
Clark
and
has been
Clark.
on from
Both
3
off
in
to
this
good
first
starts.
half.
DraftKings is the #1 sportsbook for live betting. Use promo code COURT when you sign up.
Impressive is not only the distance, but the length that she is
Starting backcourt, a 23-5 edge in favor of Indiana in this first half as Jones gets called for the foul.
When at 2:40,
Brianna Stewart, the lone member of the Liberty in double figures with 11.
shots in the dark.
Sometimes I do think
5 hours.
Brianna Stewart's
before
greatness
you-
can be taken for granted.
If anyone
This is
can
one of the
get
all-time greatest players in the
crew
history of this
inside
league.
Bridgefield,
As Mitchell knocks in the 3, who in year 10 is maybe having the best season of her career. And a 2-time MVP, 4-time national champion in college, both of them in this stretch.
4-time national
Mitchell
champion
nearly
in college,
turns it over,
3-time
gets it back.
champion in the W.
Looking to take Stewart. Boston in the corner. She got it.
Helping bring New York their first ever title back.
Aaliyah Boston and her ability to shoot the 3 for the Indiana Fever this year just changes things, just changes their spacing, changes the way they can play, the personnel that they can put out on the floor. Second in the league in 3 percentage this season. And it's not like things
It
are
has
easy in
completely
terms of the
band-aided
shots
what
that
was an
she's
obvious
taking,
roster
the contested.
deficiency.
She finds
So
ways
if
to
you would
get
have
by
looked at them and you would have
defenders, to
said,
get
oh, they
into
don't
the
have a
paint.
spacing big. So everyone's going to be
for the foul.
all over Mitchell and Clark and Boston. Well, they do now. They also have that. A chance for 3 for Kelsey Mitchell as the Indiana trio is balling in this first half.
Probably not a better scoring guard in the league than Kelsey Mitchell. I mean, you just can't keep her in front of her, and then when you do, she still finds ways to get her threes up again, as you were talking about, at a historically efficient level.
Jackson back in 2007.
Just so impressive with Mitchell too, Rebecca. You know,
tips it to Clark.
she's 31 years old. She's been in this league for a while.
had a career year in 24, got even better in 25, has gotten even better in 26. She's still just ridiculous every
Stewart
single
in the
night.
corner
For both of them.
Can't hit. Astier, the weak side rebound. How about
Gets it
Jones?
back. We're
Short.
gonna take Stewart.
On a deep three.
Boston in the corner.
She has such a pretty looking shot.
Leah Boston and her ability to shoot the
Former
three
league and
for the
finals
Indiana
MVP,
fever
this year's
just changes
All-Star
things, just
MVP.
changes
Clark.
their spacing, changes the way they can play, the personality that they can
Caitlin
put out on
Clark.
the floor. Second in the league in three
About
percentage this
30
season.
feet out on that one.
It has completely
And that
band-aided
is going to be
what
out
was
of
an
bounds
obvious
on New
roster
York.
deficiency.
Indiana, 7 of 7 from
They have a spacing
downtown in
big.
this second.
There's
So
something
everyone's gonna
about
be
facing the New York
all over
Liberty
Mitchell
here
and
in
Clark
Indianapolis.
and Boston.
Caitlin
Well,
Clark
they do
on
now. They
one
also have that.
again from
A
deep.
chance for three for Kelly.
to 0% irritation. Get a shave.
We'll
made
be
for your
back in
skin.
10 seconds after a message from Ally.
Venus.
A great team has